Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of George Reviews. And I went and saw me Marty Supreme. Yep. It sucked. So let's talk about it right now on George Reviews. So before I begin, a huge shout out to the internet's busiest music nerd, Anthony Fantano, for his review of Marty Supreme, which seems to be the only negative review floating around on the internet right now, at least when it comes to the bigger voices on YouTube. I just wanted to say thank you. It really seems to, unfortunately, have backfired on him because apparently you can't talk shit about this movie. You can't talk negatively about this movie without being attacked or without saying you're wrong. And it's objectively great, which I just do not understand. I do understand the hype for this film. It is complete dog shit garbage. I hated it. It was annoying. It was obnoxious. With a few bright spots, I will say. I'll give the film some credit. It did have a few bright spots. But let's go into it. Marty Supreme. What the fuck was this shit? Now, Marty Supreme follows the life of Marty Mauser. No, he's not a real person. I know it's not a biopic, though it has total biopic energy. He likes to play ping pong, and he goes from bad circumstance to bad circumstance. And, you know, he has this seemingly big dream of being a big ping pong player. But that's not really emphasized really at all. I didn't find, I didn't really see his passion for ping pong. It's just his passion to want to get rich and to want to, compete and things like that, which, we all want to get rich or die trying. I, understand that. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. He gets a girl pregnant, but he's claiming that he's not the father. He has an affair with a movie star whose husband is trying to get him into this kind of match to where he will take a dive and lose. And yeah, that's really the gist of it. He, hustles, he scams, he lies, he manipulates, he has a shitty life, and he's a shitty person. And, he pretty much blames everyone but himself for his shitty circumstances. And that was really my main problem with this film. It just was not interesting to me at all. I knew I wouldn't like it based on the trailer alone, that embarrassing trailer that came out with the Forever Young song. It was just embarrassing. It was bad. It sucked. I knew this film was going to be a joke. Everyone across the board seems to be praising this film. I don't know why. They're praising mediocrity, in my opinion. But let's just talk about the film itself. Let's not get all wrapped up in the hype machine, even though Timothee Chalamet just won Best Actor as of recording this video at the Golden Globes, which are joke award shows anyways. And, there's just some things about his performance that really annoyed me. He was obnoxious. He was annoying. He wasn't really bringing anything to the table that I haven't seen before. This is a very kind of by the numbers generic biopic energy of a movie. It does not do anything very talented or unique, especially coming from one of the Safdie brothers who, Good Time and Uncut Gems are two of my favorite films in the last decade. So I love those films. I cherish those films. And I was, needless to say, pretty disappointed in the direction that Marty Supreme went, especially coming from one of them. It's just, why? You're so much better than this. And this is your, passion project? But let's start out with the good. Let's start out with what kind of worked for me in this film were some of the performances. Some of the performances were actually pretty good, I would say. From Odessa, for last name's escaping me, as the main love interest, I thought she was really good, serviceable, and I really felt for her character, especially being, locked in with someone like Marty Mauser, who's just the biggest piece of shit on the world and in this movie, and I just did not really get there or buy describe their relationship. I would have, walked out on him if I was in her shoes multiple times, but she really doesn't. But I thought her performance was really serviceable and decent. I thought she did a great job. Gwyneth Paltrow was also pretty good. I'm not the biggest Gwyneth Paltrow fan, but I'll give credit when credit is due, and I would have given the movie this credit if the credit was due, but it's not. It's trash. It sucked. I hated it. And Tyler, the creator, or his real name's escaping me, I thought he did a great job. I'm not really familiar with his music. I don't listen to a lot of music. I'm more of a film person, but I thought his character and performance was decent and interesting. The problems lie within the script and the main performance by Chalamet. He does not know how to carry a film. He cannot carry this movie to save its own life. If it was at gunpoint, it was just totally embarrassing and obnoxious. Everything about him was just unlikable, and I like flawed characters. I like unlikable characters, Daniel Plainview, Diane Selwyn, Mulholland Drive, countless others. Javier Bardem from No Country for Old Men comes to mind. Those are the great unlikable flawed characters. But this is not even close in the range of unlikable, flawed characters. It is just not. It is just so embarrassingly falls on its face every opportunity that it gets. It goes on from pointless situation to pointless situation where Marty has to dig himself out of a hole multiple times, and he tries and he fails and doesn't succeed. If that's the point of the story, that's fine, but it really didn't do anything for me. It was just really annoying, obnoxious, and completely a waste of time. Nothing ever leads to anything. Nothing really connects. Nothing ever really works in Marty Supreme for me. It just was a miserable, intolerable experience coming from Josh Safdie, coming in on 2.5 hours, time that I wasted watching this, time that a lot of people wasted watching this, but people just love to flaunt this movie as it's in the second coming of great films, that's in the conversation of 2025 as great films. I don't get it. I do not understand this at all. There's a situation involving a dog, and he has to get this dog. His owner is injured, and he wants to get this dog to a vet. He tries to get the dog to a vet, but then he wastes time playing, kind of hustling different ping pong matches with Tyler, the creator's character, and then they get into a big scuffle when they find out that they're in cahoots. The dog escapes and goes to this other owner, and then the other owner finds it at a house, and then he, shoots at them, and they're trying to get the dog, and then the dog owner kidnaps Marty's love interest, Odessa plays, and then they have to, he has to help her get out of the situation, of course, and then they have a big shootout. And I'm not even really sure what happens to the dog. I think the dog dies or something. It was so fucking forgettable at this point. I cannot for the life of me even care. And I love dogs. I'm a dog lover. And this is just a cheap, attempt to draw in sympathy. And, they think this guy has money, and it turns out he didn't have any money. And so it's just a big convoluted mess, just like this movie. In every moment, in every situation, it's just a big convoluted mess after convoluted mess. It's just, I feel like people are doing mental gymnastics defending this movie, and I don't get the love. I don't get what's so great about it. I don't. And it's not like I didn't understand the movie. I think I understood it. People, going through moments of tribulation and, having apprehensive circumstances, working against you. And that would be all good and fine if I knew what Marty really wanted, but all he wants is to make money, is to be in a tournament. He doesn't even have a love for the game. I want to see that passion he has for the game, for his art, for his sport, and I just do not see that for the life of me at all in this movie. He doesn't demonstrate any passion. He doesn't demonstrate any likable qualities. He doesn't demonstrate any redeeming qualities. Nothing leads to anything. Nothing really connects in a satisfying way. It's just him being an obnoxious brat, being very entitled to having everything given to him on a silver platter. It's just, I hated it. I fucking hated Marty Supreme so much. I don't fucking get it. So fucking just whatever. I didn't fucking get it. It made me mad. It made me upset. It made me frustrated. Not in a good way. I like when films can give me something to feel, but this is nothing but resentments and contempt I have for Marty Supreme. I do not understand at all. What is the love for this? Why don't you tell me in the fucking comments? Not that anyone ever comments on my videos anyways, but fuck. What is the fucking point? If this film is so above people like me and Anthony Fantano, you know, where it's like, you just didn't get the point of the film, you know, it's objectively great, you know, it's just like, fuck you, go fuck yourself. There's nothing deep about this movie. There's nothing poetic. There's nothing. It's just a run by the numbers biopic energy movie of a bland character, of an obnoxious character who goes through stupid tribulations that don't lead to anything, that don't achieve anything. And yeah. And visually, the movie is just stilted. It's just totally stilted and stagnant throughout the whole thing. There's no creative choices in cinematography. There's no creative choices in the ping pong sequences. You know, even Forrest Gump had more lively ping pong sequences. You know, and I mean, yeah, he does tricks. He does different things that, you know, make him a very talented player, I guess. But so. You're not shooting it in a very interesting way to begin with. Why should I be so invested? You know, this movie lacks style. It lacks any kind of substance. It lacks interest. It lacks intrigue. It lacks everything. And yet, everyone's sucking its dick, you know, and it's coming on their face. You know, it's just like, why? Why? It makes me mad. It makes me really upset and frustrated. This is award season and it's getting the, you know, talk of the town. It's getting hyped up and I don't know why, but there's so many other better films that 2025 has to offer. This foreign film I just saw, Resurrection, which is one of the most visually interesting, visually stunning, visually operatic films I've ever seen in my life. And no one's talking about it. But people are praising Marty Supreme. I just don't fucking get it. Yeah, but whatever. Rant over. The needle drop choices are just pathetic. They're just really stupid. They're the most obvious 80s choices, even though it takes place in the 50s. There's no real stylistic choice for that. It just is. Like, I don't understand the choice to have 80s music and, you know, your sports movie that takes place in the 50s. Why not? And then there's some 50s music, you know, in the background. I fucking love 50s. I love 50s music. I love 50s film. You know, I don't really understand. And the soundtrack's all synthed up. It's all synthesizer as you come to expect, you know, from films like Uncut Gems and Good Time. It has the same kind of vibe, but it's more kind of just generic and more just kind of bland, you know, what we come to expect in these trying to be stylistic but failing type movies with 80s aesthetics and 80s sensibilities and things like that. I'm not the biggest fan of 80s films, but fuck, this was just annoying. Everything about this was so fucking annoying. It was fucking generic. I had nothing but apathy for this film. You know, I just have nothing. It gave me nothing, and I give it nothing in return because it is just bullshit. I hated it. There's no real drive to the character besides trying to get out of his shitty circumstances, which I guess identify with to a certain extent, but I need more. I need more from what it's willing to offer me, you know? I mean, and I'll give films credit where credit is due, but this deserves no credit at all. It's mediocre. It is bland. It is trite. It is just everything about it I just hated. I absolutely hated it. And, you know, there's some bright spots with some of the performances, but that's about it. There's a sequence with Honey and the Holocaust, which is something I would never even imagine putting together. But that sequence was pretty interesting, but it really leads to nothing. It really connects to nothing, but informs the character that we hardly even get to spend time with. I want to see his story. I want to see, you know, his experiences. Make that into a movie, not fucking Marty Bowser and Marty Supreme. Fucking basic bullshit. You know, this is the most basic bitch movie I have ever seen. Seriously. It is basic. It is bland. There's nothing special about it. Don't waste your time with it. I want to give Marty Supreme a 1.5 stars, only because some of the performances were okay. You know, they excelled from the mediocre, you know, subject matter and the mediocre material. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm sorry this video is more ranty than anything I usually do, but I just did not get it for the life of me. In terms of the love and the enjoyment that people are getting, I did not get that. I got the exact opposite. I'm furious. I've been stewing on this for a little bit, and I wasn't even sure I wanted to make a video on it because I know I'm probably going to lose subscribers or get downvotes or whatever every time I become ultra negative on a movie that people love. It doesn't turn out great for me, but it is, a badge of honor to, have those dislikes. So yeah, just dislike this video, turn it off, I don't care. But that's going to be it for this video. Yeah, Marty Supreme, hated it. Wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but those are my negative thoughts on Marty Supreme. What did you think about Marty Supreme? If you even care to discourse or anything with me, did you love it? Did you hate it? Why? What is so great about this? It is just completely baffling to me. It's just so completely baffling. I don't understand the love or anything, but just tell me anyways. I know you want to. Please like and subscribe if you'd be so kind. Please, please, please. Please remember to keep calm, keep cool, keep chill. Embrace great cinema, but don't embrace Marty Supreme. I'll tell ya. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, peace out. Look at me, I'm Marty Supreme. Look at what I can do. I'm Marty Supreme. I'm so great, I'm Marty Supreme. Everyone loves me, I'm Marty Supreme.